Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and I had a shitty night last night. But I'll get to that details later here. All right, this morning we woke up to minus 24, but feels like minus 35. Yes, it feels so warm compared to yesterday. That was chilly willy, but we had the list to do to appease the boss, make him happy. He's such an asshole. All right, on the yo-yo scale, minus 11 Fahrenheit, but feels like minus 31. So yesterday I posted pictures of the mini hoe with the Beach 18 and the gifted flag. Yes, the USA gifted flag in honor of the ladies from WASP. So I posted on my Facebook page, and I posted on some other aviation pages. But the assholes at Classic Vintage Aircraft, they just went nuts. They were offended by the flag. Unreal. So I deleted their comments or whatever, blocked them and everything, and reported it to the administrators or MINs. Nothing. They went on most of the day. It got very rude and political, which is against your conditions and terms of agreement when you sign up. So I messaged the admins personally, and nothing. So by time, I had to delete the post. So that's pretty bad when you put a flag up to honor the ladies of WASP, and the village idiots have to talk about politics and everything but what these ladies gave to our country and our services, right? Unfrickin' real. And also too, I have 2 posts on the off-grid living. I can get 4,000 to 1,000 likes on a post over there because I'm sharing my knowledge. But the last 2 posts in the month of December, the admins have not accepted them because it probably goes against their standards of living off-grid without money. That is unreal. So I'm being censored all my life. Even when I was growing up, I would say something to mother and I would get the wooden spoon or the backhand. Unfrickin' real. So I'm glad I have my YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel where we can share knowledge and information and better ourselves. Because we are the learning channel. We're learning about everything around the world, not just in the kingdom. Yes. All right. So I got the list done. Yeah, we did good. We have nothing planned today because I was pissed off last night. Yes, so I never planned anything. We didn't plug anything in. So today is going to be National Flag Day. Because seeing how the flags seem to offend everybody, we're going to do maintenance and service on the flags. Because that Australian flag has arrived. The fellow in the United States of America bought one on Amazon or whatever and shipped it to the end of the world. So that tattered flag from Australia is not, an eyesore. But the sad part is nobody from Australia has sent us anything. Oh, wait, that'll take 9 months for them to mail it up to here, to the end of the world. All right, let's back up. We have a nice light snow, which makes everything look good. Yes, it hides the dog poop. No sunshine. It's almost 9:30 and still dark, but I was busy today. I was trying to get the wood stove going. That railroad ties that we brought up yesterday or the day before, that was bottom of the pile. Those things were like really, really wet and petrified or whatever. So I had a hard time getting it to burn last night. But with a little bit of accelerant and changed the wood this morning, we got the wood stove going in the shop and the hoe shack too. Oh, the things we do for that Swedish kid. All right, let's get to work. We got things to do. And defriend ourselves or unjoin the Classic Airplane Facebook page. That's unreal. The mentality of people today. Oh my, you can't honor the ladies of WASP. Unreal. Well, I better go. Here comes the boss. Okay, just about lunchtime in the kingdom, and we're in a low pressure air system. Yes, we have to get out this root ball that's so freaking dry. It's light. Yes, dry. So we got it in there, the door's open, but the main thing is we were getting heat. Not like when it was a double barrel or angle chimney, a Dr. Seuss chimney. There was no heat. I'd have to have the fan and blowing on it. This is working out well. We still have some heat, which is nice. Yes, so we're in good shape. In theory, I just had some peanuts. All right, let's walk to the front of the shop and we'll monitor the situation. We'll go this way this time because people need to walk a different route. All right, so what we did here was service the fan. Yes, we're getting so good now. We just take the OFLA and cut underneath the rubber, pack it full of grease, and put the rubber back on with lots of silicone. And we're pushing it in with the screwdriver and stuff like that. But also today we did trying something different. I think the fan is out of balance now, probably because I've handled it too many times. But you have to remember the fan rusts up. I don't know if you can see the little pity marks or whatever. So it is a balanced fan. There's a clip. All right, so I decided to take the wire brush and work away at it. That's why the shop's a little dusty or whatever. So I buffed it up. I don't know if it's going to make it worse or better, but we might end up getting a whole new blower, because if we buy a fan motor, who says the fan is balanced? Because to me, with my bionic hearing or whatever, I can hear it kind of being out of balance or something. It's not, how you say, running smoothly. All right, let's get this thing assembled so we can have some lunch with a, I don't know if we can have a beverage today. It's such a shitty day. Okay, we're doing pretty good in changing out there. Pulling out the fan motor, cleaning it, and putting it back in. These wires, being of color, and I'm of colorblind, I'm getting good at it. I have my little cheat sheet there, so I'm getting pretty good. It's like me being able to solve the Rubik's Cube without removing the stickers. So last night, one of the dramas of dealing with those, how would you say, disrespectful people of the WASP, the ladies of WASP, was the furnace control thing here wasn't kicking out. Okay, so I'm sitting in the house, I'm watching the cameras and seeing the smoke come out the chimney, and I'm looking at through this camera here, and this thing is swinging back and forth. Okay, we got hot smoke coming out the chimney, because you can tell if it's hot, that fan should not, the fan on the furnace should not be running, and it should not be swinging that thermo. So I was having problems with it not cutting out. So I took this little plastic cover off right there. And by the looks of the contacts there, they're all fuzzy from grinding debris. But this thing is in an enclosed area, but they get in there, everything. So we'll just give it a quick service and hope for the best. Like last night, I trusted this like an ex-wife. All right. So I even drained the water pump here. Yes, the water pump is up in the air. See the valves all here? There's one down there for draining. There's one there for draining the pump back into the tank. And up here, there's another valve for draining. So that's the thing. So I didn't want to take a chance on the furnace and splitting this pump, you know, because I've had it over 10 years or more. I usually write the date on it, but it'd be 10 years or more. All right, let's get this contact serviced on the thermostat, and then we can have a test run. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom, and the fan definitely has a wobble to it. You can hear a wop, 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 or out of balance sound, so it's annoying, just like when the wife speaks. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. All right, so we got left the cover off here to watch these. I think with this little lever here, you can adjust the tension on this, because this thing's 15 years old, so it might not have enough. Oop, I touched it. All right, let's see if the furnace cuts in. There we go. And you can hear the slight wobble wobble. All right, I better go have some lunch.
Tuesday morning in WHO-ville, it's just after 10 a.m. and as you can see, there is no sun this morning. It is hidden in behind the clouds. It's getting pretty windy out here, and it's actually supposed to start snowing, so let's head inside, let the dogs out, make breakfast, and at 1 p.m. I'll head over to the kingdom. 12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. It is pretty warm out here right now, and it's trying to snow, so let's head inside, let the dogs out, and I think I'm going to have craft dinner today. Almost 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's minus 21 degrees Celsius, which is minus 5 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It is still trying to snow out there, so let's head inside, let the dogs back in, get the skidoo out, and go over to the kingdom and see what we're doing this afternoon. Just after 1 p.m. and I made to the kingdom. Looks like we are going to do wood today. Not much else to do. My dad's going to clean off the flags here as well. And then at 2 p.m. I'll go up and check the mail. There's supposed to be a few things in there. Now let's head down to the shop and get the mini out. And I think we'll be bringing the fancy trailer from the back of the house up to the shop. Down at the shop now, and I'm going to get the mini out and go do some stuff in behind the house. And while I'm doing that, my dad's going to climb up and clear the snow off in front of the flags here and do some maintenance on them and get them looking pretty. In behind the house now, and I'll quickly fluff up the long trailer and fill the 4 tubs. Then I'll bring the fancy trailer back around to the shop. We were going to grab one of those totes, but this will be easier to pull around to the shop. Plus we need to empty this out so we can fill it again. 2 p.m. and I just got the tubs filled, and I threw some more wood into the fancy trailer. Now I'll bring it around to the shop and the hoe shack. That way I can fill up the wagon and the wheelbarrow with some of this stuff. My dad showed up just in time to take the fancy trailer back around to the shop. That means he is done servicing the flags. Good thing we dragged the yard yesterday and let it firm up, or else we'd never be able to get the fancy trailer back around to the shop because there was a lot of ruts. After 2 p.m. and the mail should be finished, I'll head up into WHO-ville and go check to see if there's anything there. While I'm doing that, my dad will bring the wagon and the wheelbarrow out and start cutting up some firewood. 2:30 and I made it back to the kingdom. There was one package in the mail plus these. I'm not sure why they are sending these up to us. The closest A&W is about 4 hours away, so by the time we got down there and got back, it would be a little soggy. But now we're going to open up this flag. Thank you so much, John S. This is greatly appreciated. It is an Australian flag, I'm pretty sure it is. That way it can replace the one that's all torn up on the tank. Now let's head outside and see what my dad's doing. Down at the shop now, my dad's going to quickly cut up the rest of the ties here, even the two that are covered in snow. Then tomorrow when the Mini is back out again, we'll bring up a few more ties. The ones that are on the cart here are going to be heading into the hose shack, and then the other ones will go into the shop. Almost 3 p.m. We just got all the rail ties into the shop and the hose shack. Now we'll head outside and go replace the flag that is on the tank. Over at the tank now, we'll take down this flag that got ruined in the wind and the elements around the kingdom here. We'll put up a new one. This old flag will get burned. Make sure you put it the right way up.
I'm trying.
Thank you again, John S. This is greatly appreciated. It's a very nice flag. And it is the right way?
I think so.
Guess we'll find out. It looks like a nice heavy duty flag too, so hopefully this one doesn't get wrecked. Perfect. Thank you so much again for replacing the flag. Now I'll head back over to the shop and see what else they're doing this afternoon. Pretty sure we are done for today. I'll try and get a couple pictures and a video of the flag blowing in the wind, but it is not that windy out here right now. Just so everyone can see, into the fire it goes. 3 p.m. and I'm officially done in the kingdom. I forgot to mention in my last video that these are flyers. Every mailbox in WHO-ville gets them. I just don't see why we get them at the end of the world. The only A&W closest to us is about 4 hours south of here, so kind of pointless for us to have these, but we'll hang on to them just in case someone wants them. Now grab my dog treats and head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather at 5 p.m.
Okay, 4:30 in the kingdom. Went and had a coffee at 3 or whatever. Did the video uploads or whatever, farting around, but the computers took a dislike to me, so I'm playing with pictures that aren't loading up. Oh, today was a total waste, but we got things done. So tonight I'll have to be watching through the camera. I spy with my little eye right there to make sure that Mr. Thermostat, his thermometer is not swinging back and forth like a pendulum. And then I'll be able to, how would you say, learn this. Because this is old school. You can adjust the kick in and kick out, because who said that little temporary heat spring is working? But it seems to work with the, how would you say, contacts cleaned up. I used some emery cloth on them, being very careful not to stretch the little spring, and we'll have to learn that. Also too, with this furnace here being two elements disconnected, I forget what it is, but the elements are written on there, 5,000 watts each. Two are disconnected. See that, Les Nessman? Look at that. That's the way they've been since day one. Okay, so if I try to buy a furnace, fan motor, and squirrel cage for this furnace, it might be faster and easy because you got all these wires that have to be wired in, right? It might be easier and faster to look at buying a smaller furnace, the one that only has, what, 10,000 watts or whatever. We'll have to figure out the BTUs and then just use this one for parts, because who said that we spend all that money for buying a new motor, but the squirrel cage is out of balance. So then you try and get a squirrel cage to fit, and then you get everything, and then who said the wires line up? It's going to be next to impossible. Because 1, I'm not an electrician. 2, I'm colorblind. And 3, I'm colorblind. So thought is required on this here. Okay, in case that squirrel cage or fan motor blows up or whatever quits, we can always shove this fan here underneath and may figure out and wire it in, so when the furnace cuts in, that thing's blowing, or just leave it blowing all the time to get some air movement. All right, we're in a low pressure air system. The stoves aren't burning. I just stocked up the stove. The vent is fully open down there. The door's open. The damper's open. And, well, it's putting out a little bit of heat, but just good enough. We should call it good. And we're just mixing the wood up because some of these ties or whatever burn quickly. So you have to add the mixed wood or wet wood and stuff like that. But you got to remember, we have to clean up the kingdom before my great demise or death. So burning it in the wood stove creates heat and keeps us busy with exercise. Okay, over in the whole shack, and we're plus 30 degrees Celsius, and the doggies are liking it. Over in their part, that fan is blowing the heat over to them, so they like that. So I can see them on the camera, and there it is for the boss to know that we quit at 4:30 or whatever. All right, so let's scroll this way. What a mess. We've been saying that. Oh, look at the lovely ladies. They like it warm in here too. Okay, but over here, we took the batteries out of the green toy, because we're probably not going to do much with it this winter. We need batteries for cats. Yes, the money tree hasn't blossomed, so we can't afford batteries, so we get the exercise in carrying them around. Yes, and this wood stove here is burning the same as the one in the shop. The door's open, the vent's open, the damper's open, and we're getting some, I would say, some heat out of it, which is good. We must be in a big low pressure air system because nothing's burning. I didn't take the timer and figure out how long it was to boil a pot of water or a cup of coffee for my beverage. But we are low pressure. When you open the door, you get a face full of smoke. Oh, these lips. All right, so that's a fact of life. We're making the best of it because you got to remember, it is January. We live at the end of the world, and it's doom and gloom. Yes, we don't have much daylight during the day, so most people get that cabin fever. But not us, thanks to the beverage. We keep a happy thoughts, positive attitude, because of our YouTube channel. Yes, our YouTube channel. Okay, I risked life and limb up in the shed there. Yes, that container shed roof is a little slippery, but we got some snow removed. And then it seems how I had the ladder out. The old guy got up on the roof there, cleaned off the Explorer-Net dish. Yes, we had that Explorer-Net dish for 20 years, get treated like shit and crap by them. And the thing is we pay more money than we have in 20 years for less and less service. Yes, and then they even cut us back halfway through the month because they use too much. Well, hello. And we have Elden Musk Starlink dish back there that has saved our life. Yes, and letting us go onto YouTube and the social media and having long videos as a source of income here at the end of the world. So the old guy was busy today.
5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's minus 20 degrees Celsius, which is minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It was a pretty nice afternoon, but now it is getting windy out there. So let's head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, we're done for the day. The wind is picking up, which is good because we're going to change the weather system here. We'll probably go into a high pressure and the stoves will burn. Just look at them smoldering away. All right, we had a successful day today. We did 2 hours of computer work in the morning. Comments, emails, everything like that. And then we had 2 hours in the shop fighting with the new furnace. But the main thing is we're limping it along. We're figuring it out and getting it done. We're not having to call the furnace repair guy to give me $1,000 bill to do nothing. Yeah, so we're handling it ourselves. And this afternoon, 2 hours to do the wood, and it'll be another 2 hours tonight for the YouTube video. Yes, because it ties up the computer. We can't do anything when that computer is doing the processing of the video. All right, so I quickly untangled the flags, but remember, this is our life. We chose to live like this, not have a real job, and how would you say, working, how would you say, I don't know. We don't like real jobs, the staff and I don't. We like our freedom of doing stuff and trying to make money and live the good life. All right, let's go walk the dogs, make a video, and we'll talk to you later.